Hard things are welcome because that's how we grow. I would feel guilty to go back. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're not. I understood the importance and how it can impact not just our physique, but also mental health. Hello guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariam and welcome to Healthy Habits. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about 75 hard lessons that I applied into my life that I still continue to do even after 75 hard. So if this topic is interesting for you, well, if you clicked on it, I assume it is. Stay tight. And I know especially with the new year, people want to do a 75-hour program, which I'm going to do again this year. So if you're on that road too, let's do it together. We got this. I still don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I forgot to put my timer on per usual. So you got this. We got this. So before I start with 75 hard lessons that, it stuck with me. Basically, I'm just going to do a little recap, quick. What's this 75 hard? So it's the Andy Frisella's. I want to give him credit. So it's the Andy Frisella's program. And I'm going to put all the tasks that you need to do for 75 days straight. If not, if you miss one day, you need to start over. So 2 workouts between 3 hours between each, minimum 45 minutes for 45 minutes. Then diet, diet, no cheat meals, no alcohol, 10 pages of book, 1 gallon of water, progress pic. Where else I'm missing? Choosing a diet. I think I'm not missing. If yes, I'll put it here, what I'm missing. But that's pretty much it. Is it simple? Yes, but it's not easy, right? If you've done it or if you've tried to do it few days, you know how hard it is. And honestly, with me and in this channel, it's okay. Hard things are welcome because that's how we grow, right? Anyway, so every Friday, I have an episode about 75 hard, about my journey. So far, I think we are day 60 or a little bit less, something like that. So come back each Friday to see it. But it's been almost a year I'm done, and I would share my journey after the 75 hard and which lessons stuck with me after that. So let's dive into this topic. So 75 hard changed my life completely. I am more focused. That's the main thing that I've noticed after the 75 hard. I am focused on every task that I do. Well, I'm trying my best. Of course, we always can be better, but I'm trying to, and I noticed this on myself that I'm more focused. I am more consistent. I am more disciplined than I was before. Now, don't get me wrong. 75 hard program wouldn't magically make you this disciplined, and I have so much room to improve myself. But if you're thinking that magically it will make you this disciplined person, this consistent person, it's wrong. It's a constant hard work, but it helps. It helps so much. That's the biggest change that I saw. Another thing that I saw, and then I can apply in any other areas of my life, of course, such as consistent here on YouTube. Since I started, I didn't miss a day. 3 times I've told myself and I stuck with it, whether it's easy or hard. It's hard, let's be real. Discipline in the gym with my eating habits, it transformed my life. And again, it's not magically that you're done with 75 hard, you will be this amazing person. But again, it helps so much. You will for sure, if it's done correctly, you will see some changes for sure. That's why I highly recommend to document your journey, even if you're not going to post it, even if it's for you, even if it's your, for your family, if you want to share. But even if it's just for you, it's a good thing to document because you're going to see day 0 or day 1 versus day 75th, and you'll see yourself with your own eyes, the changes. And I always tell, when you see with your own eyes, the changes, it gives you this inspiration and motivation like no other thing, no other people can do for you, because you saw with your own eyes. I saw the transformation with my own eyes. Another lesson that I've learned is that our external environment controls us very much. If you have colder month where you live, hello, I live in Canada, so here the winters are brutal. And I noticed that whenever it's cold, and I know I'm not the only one, but I just didn't notice that on myself before, that whenever it's minus 20 Celsius, 30 Celsius and more, I wouldn't want to go outside, right? That's why on purpose I want to start again, because I want that sunlight. But in general, if it wasn't for 75 hard, I wouldn't go. I would just, be in my room, work, do all the great things, and then just ignore that I need to go outside. Even the gym, I would go more in the evening time, so there is no sunlight anyway. But when I started to go and expose myself on that cold temperature, cold environment, I understood that how weather controls us. When it's raining even a little bit, right? Or even a little bit cold, we're like, oh no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do after when it stops raining, or I'm going to do after when it's not cold anymore. Again, I'm not telling you to be not safe. Of course, if it's pouring or if it's, you need to be safe. But if it's a little thing and you know that it's safe for you, why we should change our actions and behaviors because our external environment is telling us so? That's the thing that I've noticed. And after 75 hard, it's a little bit better. Now, I'm not telling you that, automatically I don't care about external environments such as our climate anymore. No. I'm still scared and terrified how I'm going to do this year. But again, I want to do this, and I'm sorry if you hear some noises. But still, this won't stop me, right? Because it's a lesson that I've learned. At least I'm mindful that our external environment can control us. So that's a good thing to be mindful for, at least. Another lesson that I've learned, again, I've talked about consistency, discipline. It's a huge thing for me. Because although it has its own disadvantages, being, wanting to become more disciplined, but still it's something that we all want to be, right? So we can apply in other areas of our life. And with 75 hard, you want it or not, you need to be disciplined because you are doing literally things every single day, whether it's the water, whether it's the exercise. Each day can be different challenges, right? And whether we want it or not, we'll have those challenges. And when we push through that, that's how we build discipline. Discipline is something that you didn't want to do initially, but deep down it's good for you and you still do it, even though you didn't want to do. That's how you build discipline every single day. And with 75 hard, and after 75 hard, it stuck with me because I was seeing with my own eyes, again, doing things that initially I didn't want to do, but I still have done it. I don't know, such as, making my room spotless, or like, other chores, even my day-to-day chores, it doesn't need to be big. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it, and that's all. Starting to use YouTube channel, yes, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a few months to, actually start, but I did. And once I did, I was like, okay, if I do it the right way for me, and I stuck with it. Is it easy? No. Is it, At first, I'm like, what's happening? I don't know anything. But like everything in life, we need to be patient because if we put enough of hard work, we will learn everything as much as possible, of course. But yeah, so discipline, consistency, external environment, I've learned those two major things. What else can I tell you that I've learned? The gallon of water, it stuck with me because it already became one of my habits. You know why? It's because I found on Apple Store an app that tracks my water. So every time I would drink, I would log in. Each time it was 6 ounces for me. So it was easy. Each time 6 ounce, sometimes 12. So it was easy for me to track because if you don't track, you don't know how little you drink in my case. So when I started tracking, I'm like, okay, so I've drunk this much and I feel like I can't drink any more of water. That means that I wasn't drinking enough and I know it. Before 75 hard, I didn't track. So again, if you don't track, you don't know. And when I started to track, I saw, it helps me to be more, on top of my water. But even after 75 hard, I still track my water. I'm not telling you that I've drunk for an entire year, 1 gallon. No, but it was close to 100 ounces every single day. Sometimes 90, sometimes 100, sometimes above 100, sometimes more than 100 ounces. But sometimes I would hit 1 gallon. But honestly, most of the time it was close to 100 ounces. And I'm so, so, so happy because I know for sure that before a year ago, it wasn't the case. So that's a great habit that it stuck with me forever, hopefully. Another great habit that stuck with me, no alcohol. So I've been sober for 1 year exactly, and I couldn't be more happier. Because of it, because I wasn't much of a drinker before. Just a little disclaimer. I know that when we talk about alcohol, people go crazy. I don't know why. But again, I just want to put a little disclaimer that I wasn't drinking every single weekend or social drinking. Like, I would drink like a few times per year. And even that for me, I wouldn't feel great the next few days if I'm hungover. I didn't love the feeling, and I was feeling bloated. I was feeling, it has a huge inflammation effect in your body, and I didn't like it. And also my consistency, my discipline, I would notice that the next few days, it's like, like I wouldn't want to go to the gym. I wouldn't want to do the things that I actually enjoy. And I'm like, why? What's happening? And when I did completely cut it off, I understood that that's what, that's the reason. It was the alcohol. And again, my case might be different from others. I don't know how this would work. Someone that has other frequencies of drinking than myself. So I'm just telling you my experience. I don't know how else it works. I'm sure if you search on YouTube, other people can tell you their experience. But for me, even it wasn't too much, I still chose to cut it out completely. And it's the best thing that I've ever done in my whole entire life. Besides the 75 Hard program overall. But yeah, cutting alcohol. And my goal is to be sober from now on. Well, it's been a year, but I continue to be sober. And if you really think, and I know people might come at me, but alcohol, if you really look up the definition, it's a poison. It's a poison that we put in our body. And I am not afraid to talk about this because I know that, especially I have younger viewers also, and I'm between 18 and 25. So I want to be, to put the right example, in my opinion, for them. And I'm never going to tell here that, oh my God, you should cut completely, because I don't know. Cut it completely if you want to, because you want it, not anyone else. And that's the message that everything that we talk about, I'm never going to come here and tell you, do this, do this, do this, do this. No, I'm going to just share what I do and what it helped me and how it helped me. But sometimes I'm going to tell you the disadvantages of doing, such as being and wanting to be more disciplined. It has its own price. So I'll try to show you the both sides, but for alcohol, it's it is what it is. At least in my head, it's clear. So that's another lesson that I've learned. Another huge one, cheat meals. So I loved me some pizza nights, tacos, all the good stuff. And I would eat pizza at least or cheat meals, not a lot, maybe once a week or twice a week here and there, or when I was going out again. But it wouldn't be more than twice, honestly. Most of the time it was once a week. Again, I know that my frequency of doing things, it might be different from others. But I was doing that, and then I need to cut out, right? So I started to make more at home. I started to make my own bread. I started to make my own things as much as I could, which pizza, it's still on my list. I want to make a homemade pizza, and I know I can. Stay tuned for that. When I make it, for sure on Instagram, I'm going to post the recipe, because it's one of the things that I still crave it a little bit. But the cravings with time went away. Now at the beginning, I was craving. And even after 75 hard, I'm like, okay, I'm done with 75 hard. I can eat whatever I want. But I couldn't because I was feeling guilty. And also I think it's my personality trait when, it needs to be as perfect as possible. I'm a perfectionist. As perfect as possible. When you're a perfectionist, type A personality and you want to do things the right way in your head, wherever it is the definition of that in your head, it's like it's hard to go, back because that the things that you've done for 75 days, it was so good for you. And now it's going back to the old habits, not so much. So I would feel guilty. The same for alcohol and the eating habits. I would feel guilty to go back. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're not going back. So yeah, I started to make more things at home, more recipes at home, eating more at home, and it stayed with me. And I still didn't eat pizza after 365 days. I know it's not important and no one cares, but I just wanted to share. So it's the lesson that I've learned, and I'm not telling you by sharing this, I'm not telling you to be this extreme. But again, just being mindful whatever you put in your body. That's the message that I want to share. We need to be careful what we put in our body, and it doesn't mean to be extreme and don't eat cheat meals at all. I mean, if you can, that's better, but it's do your own research, what you can and can't eat. But just being mindful whatever we put on our body, in our bodies. And I started to be more mindful what we put in our body when I started, even before 75 hard, when I started to do my personal development, listening to podcasts, reading more books. I understood the importance and how it can impact not just our physique, but also mental health, whether it's linked to our thoughts, brain, like you name it, like inflammation, everything. We are what we eat. Literally, we are what we eat. And if you think that it only appears in your physique, that if you eat, pizzas every single day, you're just going to be a little bit bloated or a lot bloated. That's all. No, it's not true. It hasn't, it's linked to everything in your body, outside of your body, like everything. So that's why I'm very, very picky. Chocolate, sugar, I cut it off completely. I started with 75 hard, and before that I was mindful with 75 hard. Now I'm like, okay, I just can't eat dark chocolate. That's all. And I know that people are like, oh, dark chocolate, but you can get used to it. Trust me, you can get used to it. Here and there, the first time it's like, oh, ew, but you can get used to it. So that's what I love. If we do recap, it showed me 75 hard lessons that I apply to my everyday life. It's discipline, consistency, eating habits, alcohol, no alcohol, working out. Oh, the most important thing I forgot to mention, working out. It's still in my habits, and it will always be. I still need to move my body every single day, whether it's weightlifting or not. I still need to move my body every single day, and that's thanks to 75 hard. Because before, if I didn't feel like it, or if I didn't want to go to the gym, I was like, okay, I don't feel like it, or I deserved it. I've trained this much this whole past month. I deserved a few days off. But now I'm like, no, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. So basically, almost all of the tasks stuck with me, besides, the progress pic, the diet, no sugar, the books. What are missing are the books. I always love to listen to podcasts more than books, but at the same time, not every single day I was reading after 75 hours, but still, again, it was in my habits, and I would learn and explore more books. But I kind of went back to listening to podcasts more because that's what I enjoy. And yeah, but books, again, it was something that I think I never, read every single day for 75 days straight a book, and it's a good habit to have. And my goal in 2025, my resolution in 2025 is to read actually every single day. We'll start slow though, a few pages here and there, but it's important in my opinion. Physical book, it's something else than, listening. It's important, of course, listening to podcasts, but it's important also to have physical book, just you with yourself, having a me time, and just, enjoy yourself. And yeah, guys, I think that's all. If I'm thinking if there's anything else that lesson that I've learned besides all we share, I think it was I know that I'm sure there are some other points that I forgot to tell you what I've learned, because I have learned so much from 75 Hard program, but I think those are the main key. Speaking of resolutions, I think I should share what's our minds. I told you that reading books every single day, even if it's few pages, starting slowly. You always know I always start slowly so it can be in my habits and, then part of my identity. But maybe I can share a few resolutions that I have in future videos. You just gave me some ideas. Doing this video gave me some ideas. That's always, so I need to write down so I don't forget. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is your sign if you wanted to start 75 Hard or any other program that you're going to get better. That's the important part. But this is your sign to start something exciting, to start something new, to have a very strong new year. That's very, very, very important. And also when you do something that it's good for you, that you're gonna become better version of yourself, that's what it counts. Anyway, guys, I hope you'll be back. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and also ring the bell so you don't miss any healthy habits, because we are having that a lot here. Per usual, before I go, don't forget, don't give up for just one more day. Thank you guys, and I'll see you soon.